David Hogg attacks Oliver North, gets taught a lesson he won't forget. Gun control activist David Hogg fancies himself an expert on many things, and at the top of that list is mass shootings. He has used the shooting at Santa Fe High School on Friday to launch himself back into the spotlight just as his 15 minutes of fame was running out, but his decision to do battle with incoming National Rifle Association President Oliver North could be his undoing. Hogg was angry at North, a former Marine lieutenant colonel, for suggesting what many others have said. The drugging of our children with psychotropic drugs during their formative years could be at the root of why there is a mass shooting crisis. Children shouldn't be afraid to go to school. They shouldn't worry about the fact that they might not go home that night because some crazed person comes in with a firearm. Which is one of the reasons why the NRA for over 2 years has been advocating a program called School Shield, and there's legislation for it. $75 to $100 million appropriated by the federal government to assist in that, North told Fox News Sunday host Chris Wallace. But if School Shield had been placed in Santa Fe High School, far less likely that would have happened. The problem that we got is we are trying like the dickens to treat the symptom without treating the disease, he said. And the disease, in this case, isn't the Second Amendment. The disease is youngsters who are steeped in a culture of violence. They have been drugged in many cases. Nearly all of these perpetrators are male and they are young teenagers in most cases, North said. And they have come through a culture where violence is commonplace. All you need to do is turn on the TV, go to a movie. If you look at what has happened to the young people, many of these young boys have been on Ritalin since they were in kindergarten. That did not sit well with the 18-year-old David Hogg, who took to Twitter to voice his anger at Oliver North. You know what else is a stimulant? The cocaine that Oliver North helped bring into the U.S. via his criminal support of the Contras in the 80s, he wrote. His tweet was in response to one by anti-gun activist Shannon Watts, the founder of Moms Demand Action. At NRA president blames America's school shooting crisis on media violence and Ritalin. This is false. American teens watch the same movies and play the same video games as their peers in other high-income countries. What's different? They have easy access to arsenals and ammo, she wrote. And Hogg was not done taking it to North, as if he knows more than a lifelong government servant and military hero. Also, the NRA says the only solution is more mental health care, but guess what? That means more psychiatric prescriptions like Ritalin, he said. Actually, David, it doesn't. Mental health is about a lot more than pumping kids full of drugs. You would know that if you were not a teenager who was born in a time where that was the normal thing to do. That is why these decisions are left to adults. @NRAD, please respond to this. I can't wait to see you defend a criminal felon that helped flood the streets of America with cocaine in the 80s and gave guns to terrorists. I am genuinely curious as to how your PR team will respond to this, Hogg wrote in a desperate cry for attention. I keep reading this and laughing. Just think about that. The president of the NRA is a man that illegally gave guns to terrorists. Think about that. Someone at the NRA legit had to say, you know who would make a great president? This gun-running felon from the 80s, he wrote. Gun running, you say, David? Did someone elect former President Barack Obama the new head of the NRA?